mean, generally speaking, Reaper scouting is pretty risky in TvT, going across the map with a single Reaper, but you can do it if you have something specific you're actually going to react to. If there's nothing you actually react to, you have no built-in reactions and set plays, there's no point. I usually go for 2 Reapers and a Hellion, go for a poke around, and depending on, you know, sometimes I have to just back off if they've got as many units or more units than me, and then I'll always, my pattern that I like is I always commit with my 3 Reapers jumping in the main and my 2 Hellions running in the natural to see what's going on. And if they have a reacted factory, I know they've got a lot of Hellions, and I just run away straight away and go home and be defensive. But if they don't, I try to run those Reapers in their main and kill some SCVs, Hellions in their natural, kill some SCVs, and back off behind it. But I mean, it all comes down to what your multitasking ability is, right? You know, choose a pattern and stick with it. The important thing here is to actually pick okay, this is the pattern I'm doing. You know, my goal is to do this, and then do it. It's, because, you know, you can always be like, oh, Cyril does this, that's the right thing to do. It's like, no, that's the right thing for Cyril to do. Everything is bound up in your own mechanics, your own ability to execute, and your own understanding intuitively of why you're doing stuff. So just make up your own rules for it. And, you know, sometimes people say, oh, I struggle with the multitasking here. And that doesn't mean don't do it. It means come up with a pattern and try and improve at that thing. Or maybe you are trying to do too many things at once and you do need to scrap it. And it is, you know, you've been going for too much at once, trying to play beyond your means. There's a bunch of different ways of looking at it. Good luck, dude. It's very different in the depths of gold. Yeah, I mean the whole game is, right? So, you know, maybe you're like, ah, I don't get any value out of my Reapers and Aliens because I don't fucking use them properly. So instead, I do a different build where I just build Marines and a bunker. I fucking hate being on the map. And I you know, you're like, oh no, I'm not good at them, but I like them because they're mobile, and I know if I keep practicing them, I'll get better at them. So I'm gonna stick with this opening, and I always commit to the Reapers and Hellions attacking in the front. And I can't micro 2 places at once, so I always just commit to the front. I don't try to hit anywhere else. You know, you come up with your own rules, and as long as you're trying to, you know, logically follow those through to some sort of conclusion, then you're going to be getting better and developing your skills. I didn't look at all of the map contest ones, J6. Slow zones are a bit less intense on that map. Winter zone. Winter's Gate. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Yeah, he's so used to me taking my third before link speed that he's not blocking it anymore. So this is awesome. Ah! Run! Overlords on the edges. So greedy being out here.
I want you to fall in my bed like rain.
We're not gonna get him.
Like when it's the wet season at
Just
my
back
farm.
off, dude. Keep it in your pants. Awesome. Okay, trying to go for a few too many things at once.
Unacceptable command.
Yes, I just saw the 40 drones on that base. Shh. You guys saw nothing. Don't fucking lie. Don't lie, chat. I never make mistakes. I'm a perfect player. He plays Battle Mech every game. Did I not get the high drop grade? What the fuck?
Our forces are under attack. A creep tumor is under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. A creep tumor is under attack. Mutation. Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete. Our forces are under attack. A creep tumor is under attack. Mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted. A creep tumor is under attack. Metamorphosis complete. Our drones are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Muting. The hive cluster is under attack.
The fuck?
The hive cluster is under attack. Mutation complete. depleted. Mineral field depleted. Depleted. A creep tumor is under attack. Mineral field depleted. Depleted. A creep tumor is under attack. A creep tumor is under attack. A creep tumor is under attack. Mutation. Copy. Our forces are under attack. Depleted. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Their spin guys are exhausted. A creep tumor is under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. Our forces are under
Fuck. Wasted wave.
tumor is under attack. Mutation. Depleted.
Just hold position, kill whatever's in range.
Mutation.
Oh my god, why do I not have Burrow?
Hive cluster is under attack.
Oh, we almost got it. If only we targeted that a little bit better.
Under attack. Mineral field depleted. Metamorphosis complete. A creep tumor in mineral field depleted.
Oh, the friendly fire did some good damage there.
The hive cluster is under the mineral field. Our forces are under attack. Vespine guys are exhausted. The hive cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack. The hive cluster is under attack.
Man, I keep not clicking them in the middle.
Mutation.
Oh, get out. Wow, BC is good unit, man.
A creep tumor is under attack. A creep tumor is under attack. Mineral field. Our forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted. Our forces
Well, not the most efficient, that's for sure.
want you to fall in my bed like rain. Like when it's the wet season at my farm.
Depleted. Drones are under attack. Depleted. A creep tumor is under attack.
He didn't scan. So all of his Yamato's got cancelled, thankfully. Just let him get too many BCs. And I'm really bad with that micro. No experience trying to beat that many. I think you need to throw down mass-infested Terrans first? I don't know. Keep forgetting that my swarm hosts even exist because I'm trying to do the calculations of how to do the neural. have so many minerals, maybe?
Are under attack.
I don't think so. GG, well played. Oh my god, I just can't beat this style. I'm playing so bad against it as well, because like I have so much momentum, but I just find it hard to win the game. And I'm like trading so much better, and then they hit a certain number of BCs and I just die, and I'm like, oh. So I think I need to drop my work account even lower. Let's go back, maybe 8 minutes. I think I was still winning at that point. I'd already let him get 10 BCs at this point, so it was already problematic. I kept losing my overlords on the edges, but not noticing. Like, when those BCs moved into position, surely I spotted this, right? See, I don't know why, I just kept losing my overlords on the edges. And kept not replacing them. Yeah, I mean, I should have seen BCs moving over creep anyway. But I was just not having good minimap awareness. Because you want to just go grab, blink into the spores, you know, neural, blink into spores, neural, blink into spores over and over again. But I kept panicking. I think I just need to, like, neural, box, jump. Neural, box, jump. Neural, box, jump. I kept misclicking the jumps as well, which was pretty bad. I should have kept trying to go thingos in the main. I should have kept sending overlords around the back edges to try and do that. You don't want to have too many, I don't know, I guess at some point, how many workers did I have? 60. I think I had more infestors than I needed. I'm not sure. I think I need to be better at both throwing infested Terrans really quickly and neural parasiting. Oh, GG's, man. The units lost was like pretty gross in my favor for a long time. But yeah, I actually never got rid of this middle base. So there's a lot of mismicroed swarm hosts where I could have killed that. I killed it like really late once it was basically fully mined out. And he's just got so many BCs, man. It's hard to have enough Baneling Hydra to deal with this, because Hydras do nothing against Battlecruisers. They're one of the worst units for dealing with them. Man, yeah, I had such a bank and I was mining a good amount and stuff at this point. I was still feeling really good, but I took so long to get Burrow as well. That's actually a huge problem. With how much I was drowning him, he doesn't really have like endless scans or anything, because he's just trying to use them to mule just to keep any money up in the bank at all, you know? But I kept running around above ground with them as well. We should really be burrowed and make it harder for him. See, like, I kept mismicroing these jumps. Yeah, they should have been in the middle of the spore field. But each time I do that is, like, really good, right? I've just got to keep doing it.
I want you to fall in my bed like rain.
I think at this point, I probably could have done a little bit more of sending a Burrowed Infestor in. Just like have a Burrowed Infestor here, 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 and poke in with them, grab a BC, blink it back, you know. Just, and if you lose the Infestor, it's no big deal, because obviously I've got money to spare, he doesn't. Definitely keep sending Overlords around the edge, keep noticing in the back. So I think, yeah, the main thing is get Burrow earlier. I did a really good job of just keeping a small base count this time and not spreading myself to the point where he can get free damage with BC and Cyclone and Hellion Harass. You want to keep yourself in a relatively tight corner economically, and you just use as much creep spread and all this sort of stuff to do it what you can. This Baneling run by was one of the worst things I did the game. This was so bad. I was like, yeah, let's roll Banelings in. It was like so dumb. I just like rolled them in to like, I'm like, wait, he doesn't even have many workers on these bases. Like, what am I trying to aim for here? And then I guess I just needed to swap into more Corruptors as well. Yeah, I think at some point you need to lower that Swarm Host count once you let them get to this BC count. You know, I had even more Swarm Hosts than I normally would. 18 is a ton. Probably should have dropped that down to about 10 and just refilled that with Corruptors. Because I just need more raw damage, you know. He can't both Yamato all the Corruptors and all the Infestors. Yeah. And I really do think just like grab one. Yeah, like if I had an Infestor here, you know, grab one, fucking steal it, go. When those Swarmos waves are going in, I see the BCs clearing up, grab one, go. There's definitely opportunities. This was a bit dumb. Throw away a whole bunch of lings. Die! Missed opportunity, like, yeah. That's something you can never afford to have happen. Never. Like, they should be burrowed, and they shouldn't be sitting out in the middle. You know, the Infestors should be ready to ambush, not the other way around. Because watch. And this is like an opportunity to just go like, oh, if I was the first one to cast spells, that'd be great. Because he's already cast his Yamatos, it's like really bad. But even then, I should have been able to box, jump. I just need to be a bit more methodical. Instead, I literally only got like 3 of them out of there, which is pretty bad. For 12 Infestors for 3 BCs, plus these 2 then fly away. I'm like, oh my god. So that was a really bad trade. And what I hadn't realized is my gas bank was actually really low. So it's actually, because I hadn't been focusing on gas for a while, and I just put back on gas here. But I really needed the gas on this base. And then when I lose this base as gas as well, I'm like, oh fuck, I can't even... This last 15 Infestors is my last rebuild. But that trade there was the real one that just made his BCs able to like dive in a bit. He's like, hey, cool, there's no neural out. I killed all the Infestors. He's like, sweet, I can, you know, come in here, do some damage, pick them off, yada yada. And I almost landed a fungal. If I landed that fungal, I think it would have been pretty sick. But yeah, he keeps intercepting these locust waves really well. Finally kill this. And yeah, I somehow left those BCs alive. This is a bad habit I have. I tell my units to go deal with it, and then I cancel the command partway through. I do that all the time against these BC runbos. And then it's just, what, 13 BCs. I got 15 Infestors. Like, I thought I should still be able to win at this point, but I've got no gas mining is the problem right now. Whereas he's still got mining little bits here and there. Not a lot, but he can very quickly drop mules. He's got a little bit of a gas bank. And then, yeah, and then he just like blinks on top and I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it's like, should you rapid fire in your parasite to like spam them? Yeah, fungal prevents teleport. But yeah, that was really good that we burrowed and dodged a bunch of his Yamatos there. And I kind of come forward, but I'm like, fuck, these Cyclones are like creating problems for me. And the Yamato's on my Corruptives. And I'm like, this is where I should have thrown Infested Terrans for sure. So I start trying to Yamato his other dudes and stuff. But like, he doesn't have blinks. They're all kind of shooting each other. It feels like they were doing an okay job. But BCs just don't seem to do that much damage. Then he focus fires my guys down. I think I should have landed a fungal there. I think if I landed a fungal, he wouldn't have been able to fly over and focus my Infestors, right? So I think you want to throw Infested Terrans and fungals, because fungals stop them from moving over. Yeah. So if I fungled this, I actually think, yeah, like if I, and obviously you need to have one unburrowed to fungal. You can't fungal from underground. But if I'd fungled them back there, he wouldn't have been able to break these neurals. Oh, that would have been, because we actually, did his Yamatos get wasted before, by the way? Let's go back a little bit here. How does that work? Top was smart to only have 2-3 upgrades. He didn't want to get any more attack upgrades or he'd kill his own BCs too well. Big brain Top. Big brain Top. I'm pretty sure the Yamato gets refunded in this scenario. So let's, what we're looking for here,
the wet season at my farm.
like this BC here, okay? Its Yamato is going to get cancelled. And it gets refunded. Yeah. You guys can't see it because it's under me, but it got refunded. Okay, I was just checking that. I was like, I'm pretty sure it gets refunded if the infestor burrows. You can maybe time it to burrow as it's in midair, and then it won't get refunded, but obviously that's a bit fucking dangerous. So yeah, I think the Neurals were good, but definitely like chain 2 fungals on these, and preferably spam infested Terrans, preferably have more corruptors as well. Like this was not the ideal army for dealing with his. Like we were pretty equal army supplies here. You probably want to have a little bit more. I think I might have even been less army supply, because this was like 13 BCs, I think it was, which is like what, 13 times 6 supply. I don't think I had 36 infestors and corruptors combined. I had like 10 corruptors and 15 infestors. I was actually down in supply in this battle, in army supply. So even though I had the spores helping me out, they don't help out that much. It's actually way more important. What happens if he blinks on top of the Nidus and kills it with swarm hosts? Does rebuilding the Nidus network allow swarm hosts to come out? No, everything dies in it if you don't have any exits. But as long as you've got exits all over the map, it doesn't matter. You need to kill all the exits and the asshole. So you need to kill the head and the asshole, all the heads and the asshole of the Nidus in order to actually kill all the units inside. Good question though, Arnak. Good question. Would taking the left bases early for more gas have helped? No. I could have taken this base and gone for more gas, but the thing is, we didn't need more gas in this game. What you do is when you spread out, BCs are just going to fly in, kill your workers. Hellions will run in flight, kill your workers. Cyclones. Remember how tight pressed we are for supply? I needed to just not throw away. I threw away 2 to 3 big waves of infestors. I threw away a few big waves of banelings. I got impatient, and I didn't take my fights correctly. So I could have just been a little bit, you know, more chill with that, and we would have been good. If you do get to the very low gas portion, you do want to start massing queens earlier. Queens are not amazing versus BCs, but you know, you can have +3 attack versus +3 armor. It cancels out. They're not terrible. They do their what, 4 damage a shot. I think it's 7 anti-air damage. It's not 9 anti-air damage. How much damage does a queen do? I don't know. She does 8 anti-air damage. 12 plus, so it's 9 plus 3. It is 9. Yeah, so she's still gonna do some decent damage. 12 minus 6. She's still gonna do 6 damage a shot. So queens are not terrible. If you do get to a low eco scenario, as long as you've still got some infestors alive, you can keep some gas mining up. Your mineral bank will be useful. Yeah. Cool. A few spines would have been nice spread throughout here. There's a few times where I was low on ground units. Cyclones and aliens around, so a couple spines there wouldn't be a bad idea. But I think number 1, let's get burrow earlier. Number 2, let's be a little bit more calm with... I keep hearing... Whenever I hear Yamato, I panic really fucking hard and I miss control. So let's just go neural, box battlecruisers, jump into spores. Let's be a little bit more methodical with that. Let's have the overlords out on the edge of the map so I can see whenever the BCs are trying to sneak around the edge, and then I can go run over to the edge of my infestors and steal them and ambush them. That's really key. Keep doing the swarm host work, but as we get to this stage where my opponent's getting a scary BC count, let's lower that swarm host count down to about 10. Kill off my own swarm hosts. Let's do a little bit more constant overlords coming around the back, popping Nidus worms in the back of my opponent's main base. That's like an awesome way to find a way in there. More spores in the spore field, people reckon. You reckon? You guys reckon 15 spores isn't enough? How many spores did I have? That was 19 spore crawlers. You don't think 19 spores is enough? You might be right, guys. You might be right. Clickety says, no, you need 24. That's the correct number. It's actually true. But yeah. You could do it. I blinked 3 and it wasn't enough to DPS them down. Yeah. I mean, usually you're going to have corruptors and stuff around anyway. So, like, it's fine. But yeah. I can add a few more spores and I think it's low priority, but it's definitely something you can do. It's just something you don't want to waste too much supply building extra drones, building spores, building extra drones, building and APM, which you should be using to wear down your opponent. Like my Ling Bane counters and shit, like his economy was getting wrecked over and over again, and that really did make him desperate. Like this is essentially a BC all in by the end of this game, guys. So fuck, this map is pretty. There's like little fishies and shit. Oh. I wish we could have more of this stuff in the middle of the map, don't you? The middle of the map's like, here's some fucking sand. Here's some grass and a little shitty tree. Like, no, give me like the beautiful gold coins in a fucking skeleton and these little tropical plants and there's like seashells here and stuff. I want more beach. I want more fishies. on the middle of the map would be cool. There'd be too much blood in the water. I love that Yamato, by the way. I remember I was like, how is he Yamatoing the hatchery from there? I was like, no, he's Yamatoing the extractor. What a legend. That extractor snipe won in the game, guys. Do, 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 do. I hear you like hentai Battlecruisers. Welcome to Tentacle Town. That is what infestors say when they throw a tentacle into the Battlecruiser and like, get penetrated. Ow. I think it feels pretty good as a Terran player when your BC Yamato's the infestor that is neuraling it. Because that's like the neural happens and like the Zerg is like, fucking cancel the Yamato. And they're like, there's no cancel on a Yamato. And they're like, fuck. And the Yamato just kills that infestor.
My bed like rain.
Good game though. There was some really nice movement in this one.
Like when it's the wet season
I think I learned a few things here about dealing with those BCs. That's the first time I've done the spore field. That's good shit. Can you target fire with spores? You can. I'm not going to do that though. What do you think I'm, Cyril Blackspur? Come on, mate. Making suggestions as if I'm fucking fast and good at the game? No. We're not going to do that. That's insane. Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am, mate? I'm already like listing off these things. I'm like, fuck, man, that's a lot of stuff to do. Shit. I'm going to have to click on things.